Hey guys, you remember that video I did like 2 months ago where I said I'd be doing like all the Star Wars stuff? So yeah, I'm doing that again. I thought I would never be able to get back to that video, but I'm glad I did. So this time we're doing all the TV shows, which yeah, this is gonna be an interesting video because like I don't know how much of these shows I actually like, or I'm gonna have some strong opinions. Just be warned. Once again, this is just all my feelings on these things, which I still love them. I still love Star Wars, and I care about it, which is why I'm doing this. It's pretty cool. So yeah, let's just start right away. These are all the shows from everything up to the Acolyte, 2024. So yeah, let's go. Okay, here it is. I think all of my progress like reset, cause like I think it all reset. So, but yeah, this is everything. It was updated. It added the Acolyte. So yeah, let's start here. What's the most recent show? So Clone Wars. I love this show. I actually love this. Let's start on a positive note here. It's the Clone Wars. I love this show. Like it's just awesome getting to, because basically the prequels was like everything felt kind of rushed with the stuff with the clones. You never really got to build up to them. The Clone Wars just showed everything in between that, and there was just so much like adventure and fun storylines. Like you got to know, like if you watched like the prequels, all you knew was like Commander Cody and like a few random clones you didn't know about. Here, you like every single clone's got a name, and you're like, what? They did this? Like they're actually cool. Like you know what I mean? Like it just made the clones cool. It made the Jedi even cooler than they already were. Like everything was just much better than the prequels. It's basically what should have been the prequels. It just did everything so much better. It expanded everything, and like that was the best part of it. It made the clones awesome. It made characters that like I didn't even like in the prequels. Like Darth Maul was cool, like in Phantom Menace, but he didn't really do anything. But here he did. He was crazy, dude. He ruled Mandalore for a bit. That was so cool. And then like it was awesome. Honestly, love that show. Sure, not all of like the episodes are the best, but like I just love the idea of the show, and I love the characters, and I love the love. I love the love. That is a new way to put that. But I love all that care that was put into it. So yeah, great show for me. Star Wars Rebels. Next. Okay, yeah. I think I'll put on the B. Like I didn't like the first season too much. It was very much a kids show more than anything. But then they brought in Thrawn. They brought in like Darth Vader and Ahsoka. I was like, okay. So like it gave others a bigger reason to watch it. It was basically became a sequel to the Clone Wars. But yeah, it was an okay show for me. There was a lot of good in it, like Thrawn definitely, but like there was a lot also that I really didn't like. Like I didn't like the first season. It felt very kid-like. The Inquisitors, which looked cool, but they were kind of stupid. They didn't really do anything. They're like they had those cool-looking lightsabers, but like they're very gimmicky, and like they didn't actually serve that much of a purpose than to just send the Jedi running around. Like the Grand Inquisitor looked cool, but he died in like the end of like the second season or something. But yeah, I don't know. Not the biggest fan of the show, but there's a lot of aspects of it that I do really love. Like I love Kanan, that's for sure. I love Captain Rex. I love Thrawn. But yeah, there were I guess the younger characters like Ezra. I didn't like too much, but I think I got used to him sort of midway through the show. Got a lot more likable. So yeah, that's that. Oh, what's next? Star Wars Resistance. I saw like maybe half the first season. I don't even know how many there was. I'm definitely putting that on a D because that was, if Star Wars Rebels was a kids show, but then they brought in like this was Star Wars Resistance was a kids show all throughout. Like Star Wars Rebels, at least it had elements from like Star Wars Legends. It had what Heir to the Empire. It had, what did it have? Like the world between worlds, stuff like that. So it was a bit deeper in that way. But yeah, Star Wars Resistance wasn't much to me. So yeah, I didn't like that one that much. Next up is The Mandalorian. I'm gonna put this one on a, I want to say B or A. I'll put it on an A because I really did like the first and second season, which were really fun. So the first season of The Mandalorian, I love very much. It was just a fun adventure with just a lone Western cowboy Mandalorian with a wizard child Grogu. That was so cool. Like it was like a Western cowboy film spread out into the few episodes, and then they fought like remnants of the Empire. Like you got to see what happened after Return of the Jedi and before like the bad sequel movies and stuff. Like it was so cool seeing like what was left of the Empire and seeing how the New Republic was slowly growing. Like, it was a really cool story. I love that, and I loved the second season as well. Maybe not as much as the first, but like the ending of season 2 was beautiful with Luke Skywalker rescuing Grogu. That was amazing, and then it just sort of continued what season 1 started. And then when season 3 came out, that was a horrible season. Like that was flat out horrible. Like it looked bad as well. Like everything just looked fake in that season for some reason. And then the whole thing with Luke Skywalker bringing Grogu finally saying goodbye to Mando, that was all undone because like they brought him back immediately in a show that wasn't even Mando's show. They brought him back in Book of Boba Fett. And then he was just suddenly back here in Mando season 3 for some reason. Like that, I feel like that's not really how you make a show like that. You make an ending, and then the next episode in that same show just brings back that character that I don't know, that should have been gone in my opinion. Like they basically overused Grogu, that's for sure. And I don't know, I didn't like the season. None of it really made sense to me, and it sort of became the Bo-Katan show, like by like episode 4. Like I don't know, I don't know. It wasn't that interesting to me, and I don't like the stuff with Mando's clan and stuff. It was boring, not the most interesting. Like they really could have done a lot more with it, like honestly. But yeah, that's just how I feel. Mando season 1 and 2 are great. Season 3, not as much or not so much. But yeah, that's just how I feel. Next up is the Bad Batch. I'm gonna put that on a B. Like I liked season 1 quite a bit. Like I actually really liked season 1. It felt very much like a follow-up to the Clone Wars. Like I loved seeing how the Bad Batch reacted to like Order 66. And then like we saw how they were slowly adjusting. We saw how they were phasing out the clone troopers into stormtroopers and stuff like that. That was a really good season. But then when season 2 and 3 came around, I don't know, I didn't feel the most interested with it. I don't know, it kind of just got boring to me. I don't know why. It just felt very generic, and the villains weren't that cool anymore. Like when I watched season 1, I was genuinely really excited. Like I loved, what's his name, Admiral Rampart. He was pretty cool. And then I loved how like it showed other clones as well who weren't affected by Order 66. Like that was awesome to see, which I don't know, season 2 and 3 didn't really do it for me after that. Which I don't know, I still love the characters. I love it that we saw a lot of returning Clone Wars characters. Like we saw Gregor, we saw Wolf, we saw, was it Fox? No, we saw Cody. And we saw Rex. He was there quite a lot. So yeah, that was the good part. But like, you know, it kind of got uninteresting towards, I want to say, the end of season 2, and then season 3 was okay for me. But yeah, I love Crosshair. I think the Crosshair parts of season 2 and 3, those are really good. But then other than that, I kind of just fell off with that show. Next is Book of Boba Fett. I'm gonna put that also on a D. I really did not like that show. I love Boba Fett. Loved Boba Fett as a character. I loved him in The Mandalorian, especially. He was so cool in season 2. He was badass, bro. Like, and then all of that just kind of went away in Book of Boba Fett. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It's just not kind of the reason you guys want to hear. But yeah, I don't know. Book of Boba Fett was pretty uninteresting to me. It was just him kind of bumbling around in Tatooine, and like, you know, it just felt very small, and everything once again looked fake. Like I don't know, everything after Mandalorian season 2 kind of looked fake in everything. I don't know why. Maybe they cheaped out on stuff. I don't know. But yeah, Book of Boba Fett, definitely not for me. Could have been awesome. It could have just been a show with Boba just running around the galaxy killing people, and I don't know, like that's not what he is. He's not a man of honor. He's just a dude trying to make his way across the galaxy. That's what he says, and that's what he always would be. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like they didn't do him right in that show. That's for sure. And another thing was that the Mandalorian was in the show. He took up like the second half of that show. Like it's basically Mandalorian season 2.5. That's basically what it is. It's not that good. It's like, and then that's where they brought back Grogu. I'm like, okay, that's not Mando's show though. That's Boba's show. So like, that doesn't make sense to me. And then yeah, I don't know. It just felt kind of, there was like, it was just like even nostalgia bait, I guess. They brought back what? Mandalorian was there. Grogu was there. They even brought Luke Skywalker. They put Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka in like episode 6, which didn't even have anything to do with Boba. So like, I don't know. That's so weird to me. And then yeah, I don't know. Not a show that I like at all. Obi-Wan Kenobi. God, I hate this show. I hate this show. That's the next one on the list, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I hate that one. Honestly, I hate that show. Like, whew, I was excited to see Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen just come back after the prequel. It's been that long, and then this is how you make their story after all of those years. After what, 10 years of not being in Star Wars. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi was basically Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi, which If you guys don't know, I don't like Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. Like, he was just very incompetent. Kenobi was just like that. He was incompetent at all. It was a story that doesn't even make sense. It shouldn't have, like, what was it all about? It wasn't even about Kenobi. It was about, like, this girl named Reva who was an inquisitor, who's like, oh, she's the voice of the victimized. Like, shut up, bro. Make this about Kenobi. This is not what I'm not here for that girl. I'm here for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Bait and switch, absolute bait and switch. But yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi was so sad for me. Like, I don't know. Okay, everything just fell. That's how bad I felt when I watched that show, man. Like, I was so excited to see them all back, but like, the camera looked awful, the sets looked awful, the costumes looked awful, like, everything looked cheap. And it was cheap. Like, they made the budget for, like, the Acolyte was like twice as much as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, why do you do that? Like, you could make so much more if you just made a magnificent Obi-Wan Kenobi show with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. Like, you know how cool that could have been? Like, I don't know, wasted potential, honestly. Like, this guy could have done so much better, in my opinion. But yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi was disappointing for me. And like, the story didn't even make sense. It was like him bringing around young Princess Leia, which shouldn't have even happened in the first place, because he was in charge of Luke Skywalker, not Princess Leia. He would have only met Princess Leia in, like, way later on, like in A New Hope or something. Like, come on, like, his whole purpose was he was there in Tatooine for Luke Skywalker and Luke Skywalker only. That's why they had Bail Organa watch over Princess Leia. Like, I don't know, it's so pointless. Honestly, I did not like that show. It basically ruined everything. Like, broke the canon. I don't know, not really, but like, you know, it didn't make sense at all. Stupid decisions were made by the characters and by the writers. Not a good show. Don't ever watch that show, guys. Whew, that was a lot to take out of. But okay, next up we have Andor, a show I actually like. See, I told you, that's actually a really good show. I really like the show. I'm gonna put that on an A. It was really good. It definitely doesn't feel like a Star Wars show, that's for sure, or a Star Wars movie. It felt like just a gritty crime thriller war film, and it was good. It was really slow. It was like an hour each episode, but it was so mother freaking good. Like, I love that show. Andor was a really good show. Like, it was basically split up in arcs. Like, episodes 1, 2, 3 had him like in his home. It sort of set everything up. That's where Andor was like arrested, and the Empire Corpos policemen started hunting him down. And in episodes, I want to say 4 through 6, that middle chunk was them. He was hired by someone going through a heist, and then I think the next arc was them like escaping prison. They were sent to prison for that. Then he escaped it. Like, it was so good. You just have to watch it. Like, it might not sound as cool when I'm talking about it, but when you watch the show, it's so good. It is very slow. It does have its pacing issues, but the story is so good. The writing is so good. The characters are so good. And honestly, I really like the show. And it's from a character from Rogue One who died. And like, I still cared about it. But that's how good it was. That's a good show. You guys should definitely watch it if you're interested in Star Wars. So yeah, that is a good show to watch. Next is Tales of the Jedi, which I never watched. Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. I didn't watch that. What's next? Young Jedi Adventure? Yeah, I also didn't watch that. But yeah. I didn't watch it. I don't know. Because that was at a time where I kind of just felt uninterested with like all the stuff they were just shooting out. Like, that was like on the lines. I think it came out in the same year as like Bad Batch season 2. So I wasn't that interested in it. Like, I don't even know what it's about. Like, was it supposed to be a Clone Wars thing? I don't know, it just didn't intrigue me too much. But yeah, I don't know. It felt like Bad Batch season 2. Like, I watched the trailers, it wasn't that interesting to me. And I watched like the first episode. It's like, okay, but like, you know, I kind of saw this already. I feel like what we got in Clone Wars was already pretty good, so I didn't see the point of that. Same goes for Tales of the Empire, which I'll just put that there also. That came out this year. I didn't want to watch it because, like, I don't know, wasn't that interesting. Like, the main character was like Barriss Offee, and like, I like Barriss Offee. She was pretty cool in Clone Wars, but like, I didn't need to see her again. Who else was there? Was it Morgan Elsbeth? I was like, okay, but like, you know, if I want to see Tales of the Empire, I feel like I would rather watch, like, I don't know. It just wasn't that interesting. Like, I don't know. I watched the trailer for it. I was like, okay, but like, you know, I'm not interested in like the characters that are there. So yeah, I don't know. I never felt inclined to watch that show. Ahsoka. That's the next. Yeah, I think the next one's Ahsoka. I'm also gonna put that on a D. Yeah, Yeah, you guys heard me. Yeah, no, not a show that I liked either. This was once again a show that just felt very stagnant or stale. I don't know. Like the camera work, I guess, wasn't that good. Like everything felt slow-ish, or it just felt. I don't know. It just didn't feel as tightly wound as I wish it was. Like it seemed pretty promising, honestly, from like the first episode. I was like, okay, this might be good. This might actually be really good. But then a lot of dumb things kind of just happened after, like the fight with Sabine and that one other Sith girl. It was like, wait, she survived because she got stabbed, and she was just like, she survived that. Like that does not make. She got stabbed with the lightsaber. I don't think you're supposed to survive that. Like Qui-Gon Jinn, when that happened to him, he died. Like he died, man. Like how do you survive that? It just kind of, it just made other things from that what came before. The other stuff that came before, it just didn't make sense after watching this. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, not a good show in my opinion. And like, I don't know, the actor of Ahsoka, which I like Rosario Dawson, but like I don't know, everyone felt so stale. Like it didn't feel, there was no emotion, there was no heart in it at all. Not even from Rosario Dawson, this Ahsoka, which I don't know, I like her, but like I don't know why she wasn't good in that show. But yeah, I don't know, everything felt stale to me. And like the reunion between Sabine and Ezra was just felt completely flat. Like that should have been like an emotional scene. Like last time you saw him, you didn't even know if he was gonna live or die. And then after what, 10, 15 years, you see him again and that's how you react? Like, come on. Like there's no way that's how you would react. Like, come on. And lastly, Thrawn was in this. Yeah, Thrawn. And I love Thrawn. I didn't like him here though. It was pretty bad. Like, how do you make me not like Thrawn? Like, that's the thing. It played it off as like, this was all according to my plan. Even though they escaped, it was my plan. That's what I was thinking of. Like, no, that wasn't. Like, that's just a dumb excuse. Like, I don't know. I felt, I don't know. This show didn't sit well with me. The only good part, I'd say, was, what's his name? Balin Skull. He was really good. That actor, Ray Stevenson, I really like his character though. He was pretty cool. But yeah, overall, disappointed in that show as well. I don't know. Like, it's on the same level as Kenobi, I know, but like, that's just how I feel. Next is the Acolyte. Yeah, you think I'm gonna put this? Yeah, I'm gonna put this on a D as well. Yeah, no. I think I unfortunately watched all of it, which, yeah, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. But, yeah, it had a good, pretty decent cast. It had the Trinity from the Matrix. It had the dude from Squid Game, and it had X-23. That's pretty solid cast. But yeah, that was a show that I did not like at all. It took place 100 years before the events of the Phantom Menace, before all of the prequels happened, and yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for watching that show. I'll just say that. But yeah, this is probably this video is gonna get people to like hate me or something. I don't know. I hope not. But yeah, I don't like the Acolyte. I don't know what to tell you. The story was not good. The main character was I forgot. I don't even know her name. These two people. Point is, they're twins. These two twins who were trained by the Jedi, and it was portrayed by a really bad actress. Bad actors. I don't know. They acted like they didn't. She didn't have the range. It was like, you can't convince me that these are two different people played by the same actress. They felt like the same person. Like, I don't know. Not good. That's not good. And I don't know. They weren't good main characters. I did not care for them at all from the very start. And I don't know. Even though the episodes are quick, nothing really interested me in any of those episodes. There wasn't any good stuff. Like, it just felt very stretched out. And yeah, don't even get me started on like, what's that Ki-Adi-Mundi thing? And then like everyone was like, oh, he's breaking canon, which yeah, he kind of is. Because like, he shouldn't have been there. Because there was a line in The Phantom Menace that said, where that exact character said, the Sith have been extinct for so long. And then like, you saw the Sith, you were in the show. Even though you shouldn't have been in the show, obviously. But yeah, that's it. Sorry guys, just a little nerd moment there. But yeah, I don't like the Acolyte. And yeah, that is an interesting way to end off that video. That is an interesting way to end this video off. These are all of the shows So yeah, that's just how I feel about these shows. Some of them I do like, a lot of them I don't, and I wish they were good. I really wish they were good. Like I can do like another video where I say this is how to make this is how to make the show better, which I mean I'm not qualified to do that, but like I would like to, you know. I would like to make these shows better. It would have been great if it was good. But yeah, I still love Star Wars. I mean, dude, look at my room. Like half of those things are like Star Wars sets. Look at this. This is an Ahsoka show set. I told you I didn't like Ahsoka, but I love this set. This is cool, you know. But yeah, no, I still love this show, and I still love these shows, and I still love Star Wars, and I hope I want it to do good. I want it to be good, but let's be honest, I don't think it's been good for a very long time. Maybe one day, but yeah, that's just what I feel. So yeah, hopefully one day I can see Star Wars in its former glory. But as for now, I must say goodbye. So, thank you.